Nets world, it's been a minute, but we back. It's Nets Kingdom. Welcome to the kingdom. Make sure you guys hit that like button, follow me on Instagram, subscribe, hit that notification bell, join the Noti gang. So we got some breaking news. Shams Charania just reported that the Brooklyn Nets have signed Devontae Cacok. Hopefully I'm saying his name right. Devontae Cacok, 6'8" power forward out from the Lakers. Now, a lot of people have some speculation like, who is Devontae Cacok? I'm not gonna make this video too long. I'll just do a little breakdown about his life. So he was born in Chicago. He ended up going to UNC Wilmington. He came off the bench to average 3.3 points per game, averaged 12.2 points and 9.8 rebounds per game as a sophomore. Led the nation in field goal percentage. After his season in UMC, then he went to the draft where he was undrafted in 2019. But after going undrafted in the 2019 NBA draft, he signed an Exhibit 10 contract with the Lakers to play in the 2019 Summer League. He then was waived by the Lakers on October 21st, 2019, but then added the Lakers G League team signed him to a two-way. Now, they signed him to a two-way contract where he would split between time with the South Bay G League team and the LA Lakers. So on December 28, 2019, Cacok grabbed a career-high 19 rebounds to go along with 22 points in a 124-120 win over the North Arizona Suns in the G League. So he was impressive on the G League. He made the All-NBA G League first team. He was very impressive, averaging 19 and 11.4 rebounds, 1.1 steals per game. He was named to the G League's All-Rookie team. Then he was so impressive in the G League, the Lakers were like, okay, let's bring him up, see how he does. So on his NBA debut for the Lakers, he scored 6 points on 3 of 6 shooting and grabbed 5 rebounds against the Kings. Cacok won his first championship when the Lakers defeated the Miami Heat in the 2020 NBA Finals. Wow, so he actually might have a ring. That's crazy. But yeah, so Devontae Cacok. Now, I've seen a lot of people say that he is Alize with muscles. And that's funny because he is kind of like Alize with muscles. But to describe Devontae Cacok's game, he's an undersized power forward. Now, he's very strong. He's about 240. And as you guys know, Sean Marks signed him. He's not signed to the roster. He's signed to an Exhibit 10 deal. So he's going to be competing with the other two-way players. He's going to be competing with DDJ, Isaiah Cordonier. He's going to be competing with those guys to get that last two-way spot. Because you guys know Kessler Edwards has one of them. And that second two-way, I feel like Sean Marks is kind of making this training camp very competitive. It's going to be very, very competitive. It's going to be really, all eyes are going to be on training camp because these guys are going to be competing for that last spot. So I feel like Sean Marks made this move again, to address our rebounding needs because he sees Devontae Cacok is in a very, very good rebounder. That's his number one strength. His number one strength is rebounding. You watch these highlights here. He has very good timing. He boxes out. He has, you know what I'm saying? He's strong. So it's like no one's going to push him around on that post. He can get position on anybody, like I said, because he's a very strong guy, like 240. So it's like he's going to get position. He's going to get rebounds. And that's a need you heard Sean Marks want to address. So he addressed that need with Paul Millsap and our other guys. But this guy, I think he wants a two-way player. Maybe it's kind of confusing because like does Sean Marks want a guard or a wing two-way player, DDJ, Isaiah, or does he want a forward two-way player, just like this guy we just signed, Devontae Cacok? But again, his strengths are Devontae Cacok's a strong finisher around the basket. He excels at scoring in the post. A lot of people compared him to Alize. Yes, he's good at rebounding, but what Alize didn't have is couldn't score in the post. Alize had one move. If you guys watch a lot of Alize film, he had one move, was that spin move. That's all he did was that one spin move. He had one move. But this guy, I watched, if you see the film, he can actually score in the post. He's not bad in the score. He can score in the post. He has sky hooks. He has a little drop step in his game, drop step turnover hook. You know, he can score in the low post. So it's like that's kind of what differentiates him from Alize. Of course, they're both rebounders, and this guy Devontae Cacok is stronger than Alize. Like you see him, he's very built. And he has good hands. He's a gifted rebounder, good athlete. You know, he's actually probably a better athlete than Alize. I'll definitely give him that. He's probably a better athlete than Alize. Like I said, I don't remember Alize catching alleys like this or dunking on people. This guy can dunk on people and catch alleys. Like he has a very good high motor, and he's still young. Again, he's a young guy, but the cons of Devontae Cacok is, like I said, his game is one-dimensional. Just like Alize, his game is one-dimensional. He can only kind of do one type of thing. He can rebound. He can score in the post. That's about it. You know what I'm saying? He can't really shoot. He needs to improve his shooting range. Now, these highlights of him working out, his shot form does not look bad. But again, every player looks good in practice, in the gym when nobody's watching. But in real games, it's a different story. So hopefully he needs to work on his shooting range, just becoming a more versatile player. Like, this is the modern NBA. You're going to have to add something else to stand out. You know what I'm saying? If he wants that second two-way, we got to add something else. Because like I said, Kessler Edwards is already our 3-and-D two-way forward. Like I said, Kessler can shoot threes. He can play defense. He can guard 1 through 5. Like, this guy, Devontae Cacok, got to show us something. You know what I'm saying? Also, his cons are he's a very bad free throw shooter. He's not a good passer. He's not really an elite shot blocker. He can get foul prone. He's very, very foul prone, and he's not a really good defensive guy. Like, I'm not saying his defense is trash. It's actually not bad because he's very strong on the post. So people are not gonna like bully him and get by or overpower him in the post. Like, he's not a terrible defender, but he's just average. He's average. And again, like I said, he's one-dimensional. So he's not gonna go out there and guard guards. He's gonna stick to like 4s, 5s, and 3s. Those are probably the most he will guard. He'll guard guys in the post. He'll guard a small forward, power forward, or a center. He can guard centers because he's strong enough to handle like 7-footers and stuff like that. He can definitely guard centers in the post. But again, they consider him an undersized power forward. But again, in college, he was very good in the inside scorer. Again, he led the nation in field goal percentage. So again, he just dunks the ball, very good in the post, and he rebounds. So let me know in the comments how you guys feel about our new signing, Devontae Cacok. Yeah, it's just very interesting that Sean Marks is still adding guys to this training camp deal. And again, I want to make it clear, he's not on the roster. This is an Exhibit 10 training camp deal. Teams are going to do this to make their training camps competitive. Guys are going to compete for that spot for that last two-way, you know what I'm saying? And so it's like we have two battles going on, right? We got the battle for the last two-way, and then we have the actual roster battle. You guys know we got to cut the roster to 15 guaranteed contracts, and now it's basically between Jevon Carter, and Deandre Bembry. Those three guys are kind of like competing for that last kind of roster spot on the Brooklyn Nets. So we have the roster spot battle, and then we have the two-way battle with Isaiah Cordonier, DDJ, and this new guy that we just signed, Devontae Cacok. So it's very interesting. Training camp, my eyes are gonna be glued to training camp because this is gonna be very interesting. Who do you guys think will get this last two-way between DDJ, Devontae Cacok, and Isaiah Cordonier? Who do you guys think is the best fit for the team? You know what I'm saying? Is Devontae the best fit for the team? Do we need another rebounding forward, a guy that can guard 3 through 5, or would you guys rather have DDJ, a guy that can guard maybe 1 through 4? He can guard, you know what I'm saying? He can score on the wing. He can score on the post. He can guard wings. He can shoot threes. Would you guys rather have DDJ? Would you guys rather have Devontae Cacok? Let me know in the comments. Also, who do you guys think will win the roster battle? Sekou, DeAndre Bembry, Jevon Carter. Who do you guys think will value the most here? Beautiful article by Christian Winfield. He basically was saying those three guys are basically they're on the chopping block. Sekou, Jevon Carter, and DeAndre Bembry. Who do you guys think will make the roster? Who will get cut? It's a lot of things we got to answer in training camp. Training camp is about in maybe a week or so, 2 weeks. I know we're very close, but let me know in the comments how you guys feel. Hit that like button, subscribe, follow me on Instagram at NetsKingdom711, and also on Twitter at NetsKingdomAJ. It's your boy AJ. I'm out.